Science fiction fruitcake. A quick fiction. There are numerous recipes for science fiction fruitcake. The one handed down by the mums of Silicon Valley is regarded as standard. It is said that the original, the one endorsed by Carl Sagan's mum, is preserved in a supercomputer and is going to be sent to Mars in case the Earth is wiped out by a massive comet storm or is vaporised by the aliens. There's a whole generation of socially retarded misfits raised on science fiction fruitcake. If someone says to you, the universe is an 11-dimensional hologram projected by an artificial superintelligence that went rogue inside a Dyson sphere, then you are probably talking to someone who has been raised on a solid diet of science fiction fruitcake, the original recipe, and the rot extends to their bones. I am thoroughly sick of them. I can't be polite to them anymore. One of them came into my bookstore the other day and asked if I had any Ray Bradbury novels. There was a whole shelf of Ray Bradbury right behind him, but I said, look it up online. Then he asked for the URL. In cases like this, I keep a small pen torch behind the counter and I pull it out and say, do you mind if I take an eye scan? They are thrilled to be part of the next technological wave. They drop their eyeglasses and offer me their eyes. I flash the torch a couple of times and tell them that from now on they will receive live updates of our entire Ray Bradbury selection. Soon, he assured me, they'll have AI authors that write better novels than Ray Bradbury. Yes, I said, and they'll read it to you and suck your dick at the same time. He thought I was being facetious. I wasn't. It is only partly nutritious, science fiction fruitcake, and tends to make the victims sallow and pudgy. The nearest they ever get to a female is Pornhub, and years of gooning give them dark bags under their eyes. The Sam Altman shadow. Do you need my TikTok ID? He asks. Sure, I said. It's Beeblebrox 1999, he said, all lowercase. Among his so-called friends, actually an online assortment of pretenders and robots, this must have raised a chuckle. I pretended to write it down. It's from Hitchhiker's Guide, he said eventually. Beeblebrox. From what? I said. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't think I know that one, I said. This invariably throws them into conniptions. What? You don't know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Douglas Adams? Oh, dude, it's the funniest book ever written. The main character, he explained, gets swept away in an intergalactic spaceship only seconds before the Earth is pulverised to make way for an interstellar freeway. Time is an illusion, he quotes to me. Lunchtime doubly so. Sounds hilarious, I admitted. There's 4 books in the trilogy, he said. Get it? 4 books in the trilogy? By this time I'm thinking, if he starts quoting me Cardassian poetry, I'm going to have to call security. But that is among the long-term effects of science fiction fruitcake. It suspends your sense of humour at the level of a 12-year-old. When he came back to the counter with some Philip K. Dick, he says to me, can I pay with Bitcoin? Sure, I say. Why not? He gives me his details and I doodle a few numbers on my phone. Then, when he goes to leave, his purchase trips off the shoplifting alarm at the door. Security arrives and I explain that the guy tried to pay me in Monopoly money, so they take him away. You've heard the expression, as nutty as a fruitcake. Well, these are the nuts. The vagaries of an unjust world mean that from time to time, 1 or 2 of them get rich from selling fruitcake to the nutty, but it all ends in a K-hole giggling about the number 42. I'm waiting for someone to come up with the science fiction trifle. Take some old fruitcake and revive it with brandy and cream. They say Bill Gates' mum made a beauty. If Bill can clone her, we might recover the recipe one day. They are supercilious about it though. They love coming into my store and striking up a conversation that goes, there's no future in books, you know. You're wasting your time, bro. Soon books will be like the dinosaurs. Everyone will have the entire library of Alexandria accessible from an implant. as they try to haggle with me about the price of the Robert Heinlein omnibus. They look down on us, while the rest of us are enjoying our Victorian slice and Empire buttercake and having a Madeleine and cup of tea with Proust. These guys are donning goggles and eating science fiction fruitcake with one of Mark Zuckerberg's sickly-looking avatars in a sordid corner of cyberspace, ahead of the curve. I hope it rots their teeth. It cripples their sperm count. That's something to be thankful for. But above all, it makes them ill-educated airheads, and that is the desired effect. That is what the forward-looking space-age parents in the 1950s were hoping for their children. They're preparing for the singularity. After a lifetime of science fiction fruitcake, breakfast, dinner and tea, when it comes time to upload their consciousness to the Matrix, there won't be a single shred of common sense left to raise an objection.